Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm
Jana,
Jason.
and we are living lucky. We're talking about falling into fabulous or fabulous.
What a better place to fall.
It's hard to believe it's fall already, right? I mean, we just had the time change. I had to change the clock on my car. I always forget how to do that.
That is one of the places that sometimes can be the most difficult clocks to change.
That and the oven.
But the car is like, where's my car manual? After 3 or 4 years, you're like, where's the car manual and how do I get to the clock changing mechanism?
Wait, you only change it every 3 or 4 years because, you know, the clocks do change twice a year.
Oh, yeah. This is why I very much advocate for changing the clocks 30 minutes one way or the other during the time change and just leaving it.
If there's a slight delay, it's because Jason is halfway around the United States. He's in Dallas. Is that halfway around the United States? Is that what you'd call that?
That is. I'm right in the middle.
You're cutting out a little bit, Jason. You're cutting out on us. So make sure that you are close to your microphone.
He must be a solar flare.
He is so lucky today because he got to go experience Mr. Tony Robbins. And you walked on fire. Isn't that right?
I did. I walked, it was probably about 25 to 30 feet on fire, on coals, to 2,200 degrees.
The last time we did this, Jason and I did it together. Now, many of you know that I'm a paraplegic. And so when it came my turn, I decided that I was going to do the wheelbarrow across the fire flame. So I actually walked across fire with my hands. And I was going to have Jason hold my feet. So we gave my phone to some complete random stranger. And we said, make sure you videotape this. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Well, when we get up to do it, he was a total random person. And when we get up to do it, the people that were in charge wouldn't let Jason and I be on the flames at the same time. So they took over and they grabbed my feet. They still let me walk on my hands though. However, the guy that was doing the videotaping, he didn't get any of it on tape. Like none of this. So here I was walking across on my hands, fire in my face. I mean, this was so dangerous. And I was thinking, this is going to make my speaking career. This is totally going to make me. And when we get done, I mean, I even fell in the middle of it. I fell because the guy holding my feet was going faster than my arms were going. And I got blisters all on my palms of my hands, all down my wrists. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be epic video because I stopped, dropped, and rolled in the middle of it. But then I didn't give up. No. I got right back on those flames and I said, I'm going to do it again because, I'm in state. And then I did it again and it was like this big redemption moment. And then all of a sudden we look at the video and nothing. Didn't get any
darkness
of it.
And people in someone's back. And that was one thing that kind of tweaked my patoot because we had practiced this wheelbarrow walk. And if you're not familiar with what a wheelbarrow move is where Jana puts her feet in my hands, and then she puts her hands on the ground and just walks on her hands. And we had practiced this over and over and over again and had the speed down, had everything down. And the event staff were like, we're not comfortable with that. And we're like, well, we are extremely comfortable with this. We have planned it. We are in state and our mental capacity is on fire for this. No pun intended. How about that? And they were not prepared for how prepared we were. And then it just went haywire and you face planted into the coals, got burns on your fingers. And then I got burns on my feet.
I'm so lucky that my face didn't burn. It was my choice to be there and I was in state. I was going to get across those flames no matter what.
You were in state, and you did it.
And I
You
did.
were a firewalker.
I know a
Yeah.
fire handstander is what I was. At any rate, we're talking about
So we are
falling.
firewalkers, and I just
We're not talking about
go ahead.
falling into flames. We're talking about falling into fabulous, because that is the event that is happening on December 2nd. And it's an event that I happened to attend last year. And this event, oh, it is transformative, is what it is. And I happened to get an invite from a good friend of mine, and I'm telling you, it was just awesome. First of all, it is put on by the Cecily Wilson. She is a veteran anchor in town. And some of you might know her story is just, I mean, it is just awesome. But
Incredible.
she happened to have a slight stroke while she was on the air as an anchor. And it rocked her world, because all of a sudden she had that question, oh my gosh, now what? Now what? I mean, we've all had that, right? When life circumstances happen and it turns you topsy turvy, upside down, you think, oh my gosh, now what do I do? Right?
Yeah. Where do I go from here? Yeah.
And
That's scary.
with her perseverance, resilience, willpower, she not only overcame, but she has used her experiences of transformation. And she is now finding her mission in life, which is to help other women transform and to just rise to higher levels of consciousness in their lives. And so she not only has this program, it's called WOW, Women Overcoming with Willpower. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And she has this program where she puts women through a 4-month program, and literally every area of their life starts to improve. And part of it is just by being in the community. You start getting in that energy vortex and you start seeing other people do it, and it's inspiring. It's inspiring. You start getting around other people that are making improvements and wanting to be their best selves, and all of a sudden you start showing up differently. Jason, you know all about this, right?
Yeah. It's when you have that adversity, when you get hit in the face, no pun intended, I guess. It's that whole Mike Tyson says everybody has a plan until they get hit in the face. Well, Leslie had this stroke on air, and you hit that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, now what? Where do I go from here? Well, when you get in that community and when you get in that personal development, then you get to start seeing how after the adversity, you get to reset, rebound, and refocus your life and say, okay, where am I going and what does that look like? And when you see other people doing the same thing, when they're resetting, refocusing, and rebounding, then you see it's possible, and you see that how you can do the same thing, and it's amazing.
Plus,
And there were
the support and encouragement from other
oh
people. It's like having your own cheerleaders, right?
yeah, when everybody's going in the same direction, it's an amazing energy and a flow. And it's incredible. And what'd you say? Last year there were over 300 people there, and they expect up to five or 600 people this year. It's going to be incredible.
I mean, it's a party. This is a party. There's a band. They start. First of all, it's at a swanky hotel, and it's in the ballroom.
That's
So
right.
out in the lobby, they have vendors, and I mean, I spent a little time in the lobby because I like to look at all the candles and the jewelry, and they have all the, the beauty products and some pop-up tents, all the fun stuff to look at. I always like that stuff. And then when they open the doors to the ballroom, the tables are set and it's beautiful china, and you go in and you've got your girlfriends with you. I went with Miss Amy Sweezy, and it's just a good time. It's like, all right, let's go in there, let's get our little swag bags, and let's all rise together. And so then last year they had the speaker, Sarah Jakes Roberts, who is just wow. I mean, speaking of wow, she came out, and not only were people leaning in, but they were standing up. Everybody had their phones out taking pictures. She raised the roof in that place. And I am telling you, we all came away feeling inspired and wanting to become even better than we are. We all had our souls a stirring, thinking, you know what, I've got potential in me that I can tap into. You know that feeling. You're at Tony Robbins right now, Jason. You know how that is, right? You've been jumping around all day, all
That's
week.
right.
Jason, before we started,
That's right.
Jason
Don't leave it on the table.
yeah, Jason goes, I've been playing full out. In fact, my calves hurt. And just so you know, Jason has the biggest calves ever. Like, that's one of his best body
Yeah,
parts.
I may have pulled one.
Really?
Yeah, and so it's at the Royal Pacific Hotel this year, and I think last year I saw the pictures. I didn't
He's
go
talking about
last
Fall
year,
into
but
Fabulous,
it was
not Tony
maxed out.
Robbins. We're talking about two different events, but we're talking about Fall into Fabulous, and it's December 2nd. It's not too late to get your ticket. And guess who's going to be the keynote speaker? Oh,
I know who it is.
Yours
Three-time
truly,
Paralympian gold medalist.
Miss
That's right.
Jana Shelfer.
Shelfer from Living
So
Lucky.
I want everyone to get your ticket now. Jason's going to put the link in the comments below. You want to get a ticket. You want to be there. And I'm telling you, I'm going to bring it. I'm going to bring it on December 2nd. We're going to tap into potential that is deep in our souls. Our souls did not come to this planet to just be complacent, right, Jason? Oh, he froze.
Yeah, we're not here to not get everything we want out of life. Am I frozen?
Yeah.
Am I frozen?
He froze right at that time. I'm like, right, Jason? He's like, frozen. Our souls came here to make our dreams come true. And that's what we're going to talk about on December 2nd, because it is not too late. In fact, the theme of December 2nd is the 11th hour. The 11th hour. Oh, it's never too late. We're not too old. It is never too late. And now is the time. Now is the time. The time is now. What day is it? It's today. Today.
Yes. Right now.
Jason
It's
is
never
saying
too
something.
late to live the life you dream of.
Okay, we're going to have to do something about our technology. But yes, I got the last part of what you said. So Jason's going to put the link in the comments. You're going to want to get your ticket now. And again, it's not too late to even become a sponsor. Or if you have a small business or you want to be a vendor, you can do that as well. So again, the link is going to be in the comments below. Hop on board, get a group of girlfriends and make a day of it. Come have some cocktails, get some beauty products, do some self-pampering, maybe even stay at the hotel. That would be fun. Just make a whole little weekend of it. December 2nd, it's going to be a great time. And when we rise, we all rise together. So we can cheer each other on. And it's just going to be a great community. It's going to be a wow moment. It's the Wow Legacy Group. Cecily Wilson, she's just awesome in her own right. And I feel privileged to be a part of this whole project. I'm super excited. Super excited. Jason, I miss you. I hope you're having a great time with Mr. Tony.
I miss you. I can't wait to get back and just bring back all this information. And I love you. Can't wait to fall into fabulous with you.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.